with me today, guys. So, Mahayana, okay, we know there's 180,000 sutras out there. But let me tell you something. I had a library that was extensive, very extensive. Covered nine, actually cover all the aspects of spirituality, basically, utilizing other libraries to cross-reference and investigate. And basically, this is one of the systems that I got into at the age of 39. So I will now be 43 here in the next few days. So thank you if you're all saying happy birthday. And at the same time, too, it's all about getting the information because I really truly believe that a lot of people would actually love to get the information on Buddhism, but there's so many. Which one do you choose? Well, here's the whole idea. We don't ever knock as Buddhists in the Mahayana tradition any form of spirituality that anybody's in because we don't know if you're in the past, the present, the future, or the beginning. Okay. Now, with the Mahayana tradition, okay, the is actually one of the main two existing branches of Buddhism. Okay, the other being Theravada. Okay, the term of this classification, Buddhist philosophies and practices. This movement added a further set of intercourses, and although it was initially very small in India, it had a long-term historical significance. This is a 5,000-year-old text. We actually are now running into 5,000-year-old problems, which we all see surfacing today in the form of division. Now, the Buddhist tradition, Vajrayana, is sometimes classified as part of the Mahayana Buddhism, but most scholars actually consider it a different branch altogether. Okay, so you have these custodians that basically I'm very grateful for them holding on to the knowledge, so therefore you and I can actually get this knowledge. It's what our ancestors passed down to us because they became the custodians of it because they passed down this information. Otherwise, that our people have actually hit a low, all-time low in certain forms of spirituality, and this information wouldn't get passed on. So this is why I'm actually making this video to help you find the information to allow you to investigate to see if this tradition is actually good for you. Now, the Mahayana also offers a path to the Bodhisattva seeking complete enlightenment, okay, to the benefit of all sentient beings, also called Bodhisattvayana, the Bodhisattva vehicle, okay, the great vehicle, I believe, which is mind, body, spirit, you know, everything that pretty much in this 3D world, or 2D world, I should say, 3D world, is actually what we're used to and accustomed. Now, actually, a bodhisattva who's accomplished this goal is called Sakayama Buddha, okay, fully enlightened one.
A gift is conceived on account of taking, morality on account of immorality, patience on account of impatience, vigor on account of sloth, concentration on account of lack of concentration, wisdom on account of stupidity.
The reason why I was really wanting to share this is because a long time ago I was initiated, started off in the same cycle as the Sutra says. We started discipleship in which we're actually the same, religion as the parents that we grew up with until we become the age of 13, where a lot of people not even aware of that. We're able to make our own decisions at that point and at that time. So it's really important that a lot of people know that. If I myself came from a strong traditional Christian Catholic background, and yet when I became 13 and I started to become spiritually awakening myself on that level, I started to venture out to other things. And then, of course, adolescence, teenage years, we all know what that's like. A whole lot of fun, all wrapped up in one for our parents, and actually it's passed on karmically to our kids. So actually, funny thing is we all understand that if you've been there and been at that stage. I'm actually doing this because every time I think of Buddhism, I think of a really old, Chinese guy, or a really old, black guy or a white guy, or and that's the beautiful part of it because there's no such thing as like biasness. It's all non-biased, non-form, coarse and informed. It means we don't let a lot of things disturb our mind. Okay, so here's an interesting fact. The Mahayana tradition is a large, major tradition of Buddhism existing today, with 53 percent of practitioners, okay, compared to 36, all right, in the Theravada, and 6% of the Vajrayana. Okay, so in the course of the Mahayana, Buddhist spreads to India. Look at this: India, Southeast Asia, China, all these wonderful places. So as you can see, we're all about investigating. This is why I wanted to show you. I always say, because when I first started reading the Sutra, it was very hard to read. And even though you're seeing a list of all these countries, please, these are not countries. We, as a Buddhist, we don't have enemies. Okay, we're not here to have enemies. So you pretty much have to, when you get into this practice, and here's the beautiful part, nobody can actually tell you how to practice. I myself, when I read the first two chapters, it was like Greek, and then all of a sudden something kicked in, mind kicked in, subconscious kicked in, and I just started understanding what I was reading into the second chapter. So I just like a switch clicked on. So that's why I'm actually sharing this video. You don't have to be 80 years old to be in the sutra, but if you are 80 years old and you've been in the sutra, I'd say Buddha bless. This is actually for the younger people. I'm making this for the younger people, people my age in their 40s. This is for everyone because I've been researching videos on YouTube quite a bit and been finding that it's been very hard to see exactly in the Mahayana tradition exactly who's involved, what type of lifestyle do we live in this type of day and age of technology, and that's the reason why I wanted to share this video. Okay, so actually, when this comes down, this is a 5,000-year-old text, which I'm going to leave a link for you in the description there to go ahead and feel free to download. I started reading a page a day. As long as you read it every day, you will see, because it's all about the practice and what you put into it, just like anything. Nothing's just going to happen just for possessing this book or, reading a few pages here and there once a year. This is a consistent base practice. And I've seen nothing but benefit for people who were skeptic at first and then started reading the sutra, and then um, things started happening in their lives. And I had one guy who actually got everything that he was set out to do using the sutra, and then after that, said, okay, well, I don't need it no more, and then turned around and 6 months later went back to the state and pretty much to where he just first started. So, he ended up coursing the sutra and reading it again. But like I said, everybody's experience is different. No one can tell you how to course just as long as you course. So I wanted to say thank you for being on this channel. I just wanted to hit you up and let you know this is what we're into. Bringing it to you, VV Michaels here. Okay, the large on the No Path channel. Okay, with the Sutra on perfect wisdom. Okay, the No Path channel. Here it is.